folks, you're with Tacitus Today, your pushback channel. And thank you for joining this audio, radio, no pictures live stream. Please listen to this presentation as you're driving along in your car or your truck, or put in those earbuds and take it all in while you're on public transport. In this presentation, or in this essay, I'd like to talk about the upcoming Olympic Games in Paris. I'm really lost all interest in the Olympics since they started to introduce so much woke stuff into them. And I think this is going to be the wokest Olympics, wokeism on steroids that we've ever seen. Now, I noticed, I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, but I noticed there's various editorials floating around in Australia that celebrates the Australian Olympic team going to the team selected to go to Paris and compete in the Olympics. Now, you'd think that editorials and media coverage generally will be talking about the prowess of the athletes, how they've worked hard and got up at the small hours of the morning to bust their ass. I've known people who are like competitive swimmers and track and field, and they're up at 4 o'clock in the morning on those cold mornings, getting out there and doing their exercise, doing their training, doing their preparation, and so on. Now, people have put in that sort of hard work over that sort of time frame. They deserve to be, I think, recognised as people who have worked very, very hard to get where they are, and should be admired and applauded for that. But that's not what these media articles are about. In fact, I couldn't find one, not a media article, that applauded just sheer sporting excellence. Not one. Now, you'd think that it's the fucking Olympic Games, so you'd think every article would be about sporting excellence and so on, but no, absolutely not. So what are these articles about? Well, one article celebrated that this Olympic team has more women in it and more women of colour in it than any other Australian Olympic team in history. Okay, well, all right, well, are you going to talk about the sporting accomplishments? Well, hey, no. And so it just went on and on about how it had the most women in it that of any team ever. Then another a media article claimed that in all bar one of the sporting categories, and I don't know what that was, I can't remember off the top of my head, but in all bar one of the sporting categories, women were in the majority in each category, and that's apparently to be celebrated. Then in yet another article, it points out how many categories of sport where women of colour are in the majority. Then another article talks about how many gay lesbian athletes there were, and so on. So then there's another one that was about how the colour, black or brown women, how they've overcome evil racism. Nazis are everywhere. Hitler was personally holding them back from becoming top flight athletes, and they were all this racism, these racist slurs that were every second of every day throughout their whole life, but they still overcame that evil fascist Nazi racism to become get on the Olympic team. Now, how true any of this is, of course, is up for debate. I would think none of it, but nonetheless, all the articles are woke articles, all talking about again, the race, gender, and LGBTQ hustling. That was it, wall to wall. That was all that was being talked about. Now, maybe there are some elite athletes in there that have a decent chance of getting gold. I don't know. Again, I'm not following it that closely, but I haven't found, when I do a search at least, I haven't found a single article that wants to concentrate on the sporting prowess of the athletes. And I'd like to hear about stories like somebody has maybe a natural talent for, I don't know, running or swimming or something like that, and how they worked hard over many years, how they've trained. They were spotted as a potential talent. The top level trainers have dedicated, coaches have dedicated themselves to getting this athlete up to the absolute international elite level of competition. And I would be interested in stories like that. But I can't find any. All I can find is that the racism and the LGBTQ and everyone hated Sansa because she was a black lesbian or because he was gay. Fuck. I just want to know, but this is the Olympic Games. The only thing that matters is your sporting prowess and the hard work you put into getting there. But you don't find everything. Everything is about woke stuff. And who cares that if there's the most women or most men or most gay, black, lesbians, or who cares if they're on the team? Are they elite level athletes? That's the only thing that matters. But that it doesn't get talked about now, which I think indicates just where this Olympic Games is heading. The other thing that concerned me is how many of the Olympic athletes, where it is expected they'll win a medal, how they're given special coaching, not on how to run faster or whatever, nothing to do with athletics, athletic ability. They're getting coached. They're getting coached on how to be ambassadors for gay, lesbian issues or race issues or so on. So when they win a medal, they're meant to go, and we're against racism by all those fucking Nazis. so there's nothing. They're getting special coaching paid for by the Olympic Committee so they can become ambassadors for race, gender hustling. I mean, fuck. So that's where we're at today in the Olympic Games. You've been with Tacitus today, your Pushback channel. Thank you for listening.